My name is Manny Lieres. I come from both the Navajo and Comanche tribes. I'm honored to be here this evening as the MC for tonight's event. Before we get started officially, I want to go ahead and read a land acknowledgement that was put together by the indigenous people of this area called Yalamu in the Ramaytush Ohlone language. So it says, we acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homelands of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush American Indian community have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten the responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as the peoples who reside in Ohlone traditional territory. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homelands. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors and relatives of the Ramaytush people and thank them for allowing us to be here in their territory. At this time, I need I don't know if there is a portable or a handheld microphone. Right on, I got the cue. So I'm gonna bring a microphone down. I'm gonna ask one of our community elders, his name is Tom Phillips, to come out to the middle here. He's gonna offer a traditional blessing. I'm gonna bring him a microphone at this time. Check one, check two. So as I was bringing this microphone down, Tom had said it's going to be a couple more minutes, a couple seconds, as he adorns himself in the headdress that he's earned the right to carry and to wear, and his gourd sash that if you ever catch him at a powwow, I'm sure he'll explain exactly what and why these are the way they are. Without further ado, folks, I'd ask you to please rise as we offer a prayer this evening as I turn the microphone over to Mr. Tom Phillips.
Thank you, Manny. It's kind of a poignant time to come together here at the celebration, the award ceremony, knowing that our mayor will be leaving us. You know, it's kind of with a sad heart that she's been behind the driving force for bringing us together, and we hope that her successor will continue this effort in our community. It's much needed over the years to be recognized, the indigenous community here in San Francisco. We have a beautiful history. Back in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, it was a relocation center for the Bureau of Indian Affairs to bring our Indian people into the community to find work and opportunities. So we appreciate all the efforts that Mayor London has provided for us through her staff and through her representation. We just appreciate that. Let's go to our Creator. As Native people, before we begin anything that we do, we offer prayer. We don't separate church and state. It's one and the same. So I'm going to offer a prayer. My Creator, we call upon you at this time to be with us. Creator, we thank you. We are grateful for the years of service of the mayor. We ask you to continue to bless her road as she journeys forward. Bless and be with her. Give her what she needs, and we appreciate all the assistance she has provided our community, for all of the ones that have been honored through this award ceremony. We thank our singers for being here, the voices for the songs that we render to celebrate this award and this honor. We thank you for the singers that provide the music for us. We thank you for our master of ceremonies for the introduction of the honorees. We thank you for the committee that are in the background taking care of the refreshments and the food and everything that will be a part available to us. We thank you for this opportunity, and more than that, we thank you for those individuals being honored tonight, for their service, their dedication, for their involvement in our communities as we continue to lift them up to you, Creator, that you would take care of them in a good way, that you would provide their needs, that you continue to serve, may they continue to serve our communities. We ask you to be with our audience as we receive the information about the individuals that are here. We ask you to be with our dancers that will share their talents and abilities to come and share with us tonight. We thank you for this day set aside for this occasion. We thank you for all that will be celebrated here this evening. We ask all these things. They sit down complicated dog, he dog about dog side on my whole day on day. Amen.
All right, so you can all go ahead and remain standing. I know you all thought I was going to say go ahead and take a seat. But what we're going to do now is we're going to have what's called our grand entry, which is a procession of powwow dancers accompanied by some singing. We have the All Nation Singers. We have SOEX Style representing both the northern and southern plains. As Tom had mentioned in his beautiful prayer, that in those programs to bring our traditional communities from our traditional homelands in other states and other regions of the state of California, what was created in that aftermath was a beautiful, vibrant, intertribal community, which means multiple tribes. And so we all come together in these ways, and one of these ways that we do this is through our participation in powwows and other community events. So at this time, we're going to go on over to the All Nation Singers as we bring in our dancers. Take it away. Carrying in our Eagle staff, we have Mr. Randy Shirley of the Navajo and Tlingit Nations. Behind Randy, we have active service folks carrying in the United States Navajo Nation flag and other flags. Following our flags, we have our powwow royalty. At this time, again, please remain standing as we go on over to SOEX Style to render what we call our flag song. And again, in the beginning, you saw Randy bringing out that eagle staff. That eagle staff was used on these lands long before any flags, any loyalties to any nations. It was a way to represent where we come from and who we are as Indigenous people. So without further ado, SOEX Style. Thank you. Same drum. And now over to SOEC style for a victory song. These songs here celebrate our triumph over different waves of genocide. Our people remain present today here in 2024 in the halls of San Francisco City Hall. Gives testament to the power of our culture, gives testament to the power of our connection to our original homelands. Hoocha! All right, folks, now, for real, at this time, go ahead and remain standing. No, just kidding. Go ahead and sit down. You know, you're going to need to reserve some of your energy because what I'm going to need everybody to do here in just a little bit is to make some noise for the amazing staff and staff and team over at the American Indian Cultural Center. It is with much respect that I invite up the Executive Director of the American Indian Cultural Center, Miss April McGill. Everybody put your hands together for April McGill. I was going to call them all out separately, like at 6'2". Just kidding. But I'm going to turn the microphone over to April. She'll talk a little bit about herself, or maybe a lot about herself, and a little bit about her staff, or vice versa. So again, please, folks, please, please, please put your hands together for Miss April McGill.
Oh, Yahweh, everybody. Good evening. It's so good to see everyone. This has been a really exciting day for our staff because this event is really special to us. It's a time when we really honor our community and all of the great things that our community does. And I think that's the best thing about this event because there's so many things that are happening in the world that are affecting us, and there's a time that we can come together and really celebrate our community, celebrate each other. So I don't want to talk too much because I want to hand it over to our team to introduce themselves. I'm the Executive Director of the American Indian Cultural Center. I'm also an enrolled member of Round Valley, Mishwa, Wapo, and Yuki. And so I wanted to have my staff introduce themselves.
Guwatsi Halba. I am Araceli Garcia Pontier, and I am the Program Manager with the American Indian Cultural Center, and I'm from the Pueblo of Acoma.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Klinker. I'm Navajo. I'm from San Francisco, and I am the program coordinator for American Indian Cultural Center.
I think it's really important to really highlight our young people, especially Araceli and Michael. Both of them are new, up-and-coming young leaders in the community. The American Indian Cultural Center, we would not be able to put on these events in the community if it wasn't for Araceli's leadership as our program manager. So can we please give it up for Araceli? I've known Michael since he was, we joke about this, since he was really little, coming into the Friendship House youth program, Native American Health Center program, Indian Ed program, and it's so great that we get to hire our youth and that come in through programs and now are working at our organizations. So Michael is our program coordinator, and he does a lot of the community outreach. He does a lot of setup and really bringing our community in because he knows everybody. He has so much family in this community. So I'm just really grateful for Michael, and I want to give some gratitude to Michael as well. Like I said earlier, there's just been a lot going on as we just got through an election here, and there has been some feelings of just, I'm really trying not to be sad because I feel like as Native people, we've always been so resilient through so many challenges that we've had through our community. One thing I always share is that our people have survived boarding school, they've survived genocide, and we're still here. And it's through this community here in San Francisco, it's through the support of our city and county partners and our Native organizations like the Native American Health Center. Can I have leaders of the Native American Health Center please stand if you're here in the room? I'd love to applaud those leaders that are doing this work for our clients. I see Michelle Moss, can I have her? She is a leader, she's our elder. I know Aurora Mamiya will be here later. We also have, I see Michelle Antone sitting there as well. We also have Friendship House as one of our partners who we, again, could not do this event with. A lot of the clients come and volunteer their time at all of our events, and so we're so grateful to have that partnership with Friendship House. And Friendship House is currently building the village here in the American Indian Cultural District, and it's going to be an amazing building that is going to house our young women and children, our medical and dental, and our youth program. And so we're just really grateful to be able to support Helen's vision of the Friendship House. And if there are any of those leaders here, can you please stand up? I do see Peter Bratt. And I see Dewila. So it's through these partnerships that we've been able to provide a lot of cultural programming for our community. Just recently, we partnered with the American Indian Cultural District on the Indigenize project. So we were able to put in 2 beautiful murals within the cultural district with one of our Native artists. I see Drew here somewhere. I'm not gonna point him out, but it's just been really awesome for us to partner with our local artists, our California Indian artists, to create more visibility for our community here. And so it's through these projects that we're able to, just continue to make sure that we have visibility for the American Indian community and that there is a space and that we are not pushed out. We're not pushed out by big businesses. We're not pushed out by the gentrification that's happening. And we also, I want to shout out to Bates. I just realized my relatives, Bates has a building too. Can I get the ED to stand up from Bates? Bates has a new space in the cultural district, providing cultural programming for our Two-Spirit relatives and the greater community. So thank you, Angel, for all that you do. So I'm just going to ask everybody if you could just get up on your feet real quick, because like I said earlier, we've been feeling a little down lately because of some of the politics that have been happening in our community. But it's not a time for us to be sad, or, that's just not how we are as Indian people. And I just feel like I want to give some props and some congratulations to our Mayor Breed for all the work that she has done for San Francisco. Try not to get emotional. I said tonight may be our last party here with our mayor, but you know what? She's not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna say it now because I see her as the next governor. I see her in the Senate. I see her all over California. She has done so much for the American Indian community. She has done more than any mayor, and that's no disrespect to anyone, but she just continued to elevate the American Indian community by advocating for the cultural district, by advocating for the village, by advocating for more funding with the health center, and for all of the different Arts Commission grants that we're able to provide cultural programming for. And she understands what our needs are and how important it is for us to provide the services that we do for the American Indian community. And so we stand with her as our relative, as our partner, as our sister, that we're gonna elevate her because she has done so much for us. And we're sad. It's like when your best friend moves away and you get a little sad, but they're not gonna go away. We're still gonna see them. And so it's my honor to have worked with you, and it's my honor to introduce Mayor London Breed.
All right, have a seat, everybody, have a seat. First of all, thank you so much, April, for the love and for today's special celebration that is desperately needed in light of what we know has been a very challenging year. But what I am really excited about is how this community comes together, not only for this celebration here at City Hall, but for incredible opportunities that we know will continue to ensure that no matter who the leader is of this city, that this community is supported, protected, and uplifted. And it has everything to do with your voices and your advocacy. When I first became mayor of San Francisco, many of the things that I wanted to do had a lot to do with addressing disparities because of my own personal experience. And I always appreciated the opportunity to appoint someone who's a part of this community to the Board of Supervisors, Valley Brown, who's joining us here today as well. We have been able to make financial investments to address issues around health disparities, issues related to supporting and uplifting young people, the arts, and all of the things that were really many of the things that you all did every day to ensure that the history and the culture of the community was protected and supported. And we know that is needed now more than ever as we continue to make sure that a home is identified and purchased for the American Indian Cultural Center, as we continue to look at the village as a new hub of inspiration and support, as we continue to make sure that the event on Alcatraz is recognized and acknowledged and invested in, we know all of these things play an important role in not just talking about Indigenous people, but acknowledging and respecting Indigenous people to this land. Tonight, City Hall will be lit up in the colors that you have chosen, and recognizing just tonight's celebration of uplifting and spirituality. I want to really thank you for all the amazing ceremonies that you allowed me to participate in. I want to thank you for all the prayers and support that you continue to provide me with as I led this city. I want to thank you for being a spiritual inspiration to me and to the community for so many years, and know that even though this is my last year as mayor, I will continue to hold this community near and dear in my heart, and I thank you for the honor and the privilege of being a part of it. So on behalf of the City and County of San Francisco, we are going to officially recognize American Indian Cultural Center Day in our city. Let's celebrate. And I also have certificates recognizing the incredible leadership of the honorees for tonight. Congratulations, and again, thank you all.
When they handed me all 4 of those envelopes, I was like, geez, I know I'm cool, but I don't know about 4 envelopes cool. All right. So our first honoree this evening is Roger Kuhn. Dr. Roger Kuhn is a Porch Creek Two-Spirit indigiqueer, Soma cultural therapist, educator, writer, activist, and musician. Roger's work explores the concepts of decolonizing and unsettling sexuality and focuses on the way culture impacts and informs our bodily experiences. He is a board member of the Bay Area American Indian Two-Spirit Powwow and has been a community organizer of the Bates Powwow and a board member of the Two-Spirit and Native LGBTQ+ Center for Equity. His first book, Soma Cultural Liberation, is available in both paperback and audio. His music can be streamed on all digital platforms at, check it out everybody, plug this into your phone or start to record now, www.rogerkuhn.com or www.rogerjkuhn.com. Without further ado, Roger Kuhn. Our next honoree, Joey Montoya. Joey Montoya Lipan Apache is a multimedia artist, fashion designer, and entrepreneur whose work is aimed at redesigning and designing an inclusive world. He is the founder, creative director, and CEO of Urban Native Era, a fashion brand built to bring indigenous visibility through fashion and design. His designs can be seen on the show Reservation Dogs and are currently being sold at REI. He has been featured on ABC's localish series Unfiltered and mentioned in magazines like Cosmopolitan and Vogue. He was born and raised here in San Francisco, California, and holds a degree in advertising from San Jose State University. San Francisco, put your hands together for Joey Montoya. Look, bud. Bam. Our next honoree, Isabella Zizi. Isabella Zizi is Northern Cheyenne, Muskogee Creek, and an enrolled member of the 3 affiliated tribes in North Dakota. Born and living in the city of Richmond, California, Isabella is an active community organizer who's passionate about climate justice, food justice, youth empowerment, rights of nature, and cultural preservation. She is the youngest leading member of the Idle No More SF Bay, while still receiving the guidance, wisdom, and support from the Indigenous grandmother advisors. As a signatory of the Indigenous Women of the Americas Defending Mother Earth Treaty, she actively participates or organizes nonviolent direct actions and teach-ins on every solstice and equinox. As a movements rights organizer, Isabella works with indigenous communities on rights of nature and with national coalitions to uplift and end fossil fuels and work towards a just transition for a healthier world for the next generations. Put your hands together for Isabella Zizi.
When I say land, you say back, land, land. When I say land, you say back, land, land.
And our final honoree this evening is Karen Harrison. Karen Harrison's life is a testament to the resilience, strength, and community dedication inspired by her mother, Rosalie McKay. Rosalie McKay Want. She learned early on the power of activism. Growing up in the 1950s and 60s, Karen participated in civil rights marches and lived on Alcatraz Island during its historic occupation, which deeply shaped her commitment to social justice and Native American rights. Karen's passionate for service continued throughout her career. She helped develop Hintel Kuka, a Native American early child education program, while earning her nursing degree. She then joined the Native American Health Center, where she worked for 37 years, starting as a perinatal health worker and advancing to registered nurse. Known as the Patient Whisperer, Karen mentored staff, supported NAHC's accreditation, and ensured its service would benefit Native families for generations. Now retired, Karen teaches beadwork and moccasin making and helps local youth with powwow regalia. Alongside her husband of 50 years, she remains dedicated to supporting her community and future generations, living the values of family, service, and giving back. Please, folks, put your hands together for Karen Harrison. So I believe at this time they would like to invite London Breed back up to the podium for some photo opportunities. So family members, friends, come and gather. This is your time to take some photos. Yeah, honorees, if you all want to come down here. Staff from the AICC. and I'm going to exit stage left. Check, check, check. All right, so honorees, go ahead and stay up there with Mayor Breed. We're going to go on over to All Nation Singers and ask you gentlemen to provide an appropriate honor song. We're going to ask you all to continue to take photos, but nobody come up and shake hands. We just want to keep this. So before the honor song, we are going to ask Peter Bratt. Peter Bratt, if you'd like to come up. April, I believe, has spoke to you about offering some words on behalf of the Friendship House and the sentiments towards Mayor Breed.
Mayor Breed, I'm here today representing Friendship House Association of American Indians, the oldest and largest social service agency in the country, run by and for American Indians. Martin Wakazoo is under the weather. He couldn't be here tonight. But as my sister April expressed, we have a lot of our relatives who are in the program here tonight. We can't thank you enough for standing by us, for standing with us, for this vision that we're trying to bring to life. Most people don't realize that the majority of Native people live in cities, just like San Francisco, but remain largely invisible and underserved. But you put a stake in the ground, and you have stood with us. And like April said, you're our relative, you're our family. And we know our work together is not done. You shared with me one time that the village was going to be part of your legacy. It is part of your legacy, and we expect to see you there at the groundbreaking. You're our sister, you're our relative. We love you, we thank you. Ha-ho.
Honor song. San Francisco, check, 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 check. San Francisco, put your hands together one more time for our amazing honorees, Karen Harrison, Isabel Azizi, Joey Montoya, and Roger Kuhn. Right now, if you are unfamiliar with what goes on in our community, what's happening is these honorees are being awarded gifts. And these gifts are something that they take with them, a trinket or a token that they take with them and remember this moment, remember how they felt as they were embraced tonight by this community and honored for their work and commitment to being a part of this community. So thank you American Indian Cultural Center. London, you can go ahead and sit down. Honorees, you're gonna come up here. This is the time where you have the opportunity to address your peers, your family, your friends, and read the statements or essay that you wrote this evening. All of them are up here like, I didn't prepare anything. And then Karen's like, bring me my phone. So you all decide how you all want to go first, but it looks like Karen's ready. She got her reading glasses already. She has her notes open on her phone. So I'll give you all some time to think about what you want to say or draft some notes. Type it into an AI generator or what. But, all right, Karen, it's your time. Anybody else? Got it? Anybody want to go first? All right, here we go. We're going to have Joey Montoya go first. Joey Montoya, take it away.
Yeah, wasn't prepared, but I remember someone told me like, oh yeah, you get to talk up there. So I start thinking about what you're going to say, and that's what I've been doing the last 24 hours, is thinking about what I was going to say. And looking out now, just reminding how beautiful our community is. And growing up in San Francisco, it wasn't always easy, especially growing up. And I remember moving through so many different emotions, and whether that's frustration or anger. And recently I started to reflect on those things. And I remember just being by myself and reflecting now, I know that I was never alone. I know the thousands of years of the Ohlone people have prayed on this land, held ceremonies, and that's why people come here. That's why it's so beautiful. And we continue that. And it continues to hold us here through difficult times and through beautiful times like this one. I truly want to thank the community for supporting my work. If it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And to the youth that are out there, just remember to dream big and hold that vision and continue to listen to that vision and push forward that vision. I truly believe our thoughts are not random, and these visions are here for a reason. Our ancestors knew that, and we know that now, whether we realize it or not. Remember those visions, because it's going to move us into the future, into a beautiful future. Thank you.
I couldn't find my notes, so I guess I have to wing it. Here? That's okay. Yeah, I guess it's not meant to be. But I think I wanted to go back a little bit more and talk about Alcatraz, but just for a little tiny bit, the success of what we did back in the island, and I'm so glad that you brought that up. If it wasn't for that, none of this would be here. We wouldn't have Native American Health Center or the library or the cultural center. We wouldn't even be dancing out there at powwows because remember that was something we had to keep secret a long time ago because of the Termination Act. So Alcatraz happened and it was a success because of all we see, and it's just across the nation, it's not just here. You know, you see Indian centers, you see powwows across the nation, you see health centers, the Native American Health Center. Look what we're doing in fashion. We're developing our businesses. We're developing education. We're shining bright out there, and it all started because of the few that stood up and they weren't afraid. So I think I want to say thank you back to that. I knew I wasn't going to cry, but and then going back to what you said, being a child in the city and how hard it was, you know, it was the same for us. It was hard. And, you know, when you have nothing to lose, you always have something because we learned to stand on the backs of our community, and our community held us up when it was hard. And community is there for us now. You know, we have classes, we have somebody to come into our urban res and teach us how to sing and how to dance and how to make moccasins and how to do beadwork and how to do shawls and dresses. We have that now, how to make roaches. So being in the urban res isn't a bad thing. It's a really good thing because we found our community, we found each other, and we're holding each other up just as our ancestors held us up through ceremony and prayers. And you know, you think back 7 generations ago, somebody was praying for us to have a good future. So thank you.
Good evening, relatives. As a few others, I also did not prepare, but I'm just grateful to be able to stand here today with all of you, and for those who are watching elsewhere. Hi, Janine. I just want to say that my heart is really full. My heart is full to see beautiful Native people, always. Our existence that reflects in so many different ways other than our physical bodies. It's in the food. It's in the seeds that are planted in the ground. It's in the clothing that we wear. It's in our songs and our voices when we're able to speak to one another. It's in our laughter. It's all of our ancestors that come through each one of those parts of us that deeply connects us to Mother Earth, who cares for us so much. I'm grateful to all of our ancestors, and I'm grateful to Mother Earth for constantly holding us dear to her belly, and reminding us that she will always love us, she will always take care of us. No matter what hardships that we all go through, no matter what pains that we may go through, we could always return to her and listen to her with whatever guidance that she needs to offer us, and to be able to pass that on. Like, I'm very humbled as a 30-year-old to be able to receive an award like this that means so much, where I know that there's many other elders who have walked before me who also deserve this, and so I hold this in honor of them as well. And I hold this in honor of the ancestors who have brought me here today. And I hold this in honor for those who are yet to come, who all the work that we are doing isn't just work because it's a 9 to 5, it's work because it's in our hearts. It's what we truly believe in our spirits is what is necessary. And so I'm grateful for each one of you to spending some time tonight to listen and be here. So Mado, thank you.
Istonko hesje lajadoga, muskoki, hokadogame, anathkabahuichla. Greetings, my name is Roger Kuhn. Some folks call me Dr. Roger Kuhn. Y'all just call me Raj. I am Porch Creek Muskoki. I am from the Wind Clan, and I identify as Two-Spirit. And it's an honor tonight, thank you, it's an honor tonight to be here to represent the Two-Spirit community, the indigenous community of the Bay Area. And I want to thank the accomplices and allies who've stood by the Two-Spirit people. Thank you so much for all that you have done and continue to do for our community. Tonight is a testament to the Native advocates, activists, and artists who paved the way so that we would have an opportunity to live as our ancestors dreamed. Mado to those who came before, those who are currently leading the way, and the future generations who will continue the fight. When the light is just right, I see the look that's in your eyes. It says, come hold me tight. I want to feel you deep inside. And when the moon starts to hide, the sun embraces the night. I feel you by my side. I can't wait for the morning light with you. Mado, 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 eh. Mado, 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 eh. Mado, 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 eh. In Muskoka we say Mado. That means thank you. Thank you to AICC. Thank you to Mayor London Breed, and thank you to all of you that are here tonight. Thank you to the honorees. Thank you to our MC, Mado. Good night. Thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to call up Joaquin Torres of the San Francisco Assessor and Recorder to also award some of our honorees.
Thank you to the Native American and American Indian communities that are coming together in celebration tonight. And thank you for such a beautiful honoring of a mayor who's been an extraordinary presence and leader in our lives. The integrity of our voices and the moral authority of our communities is the voice that has been in our mayor's ear throughout her time of leadership. I have seen it, I have felt it serving under her, and I am honored to help complement it serving alongside her. To you, Mayor Breed, and your service to the diverse communities of San Francisco, we also, as we honor these extraordinary honorees, we also honor you for your service. I want to thank the American Indian Cultural Center for ensuring that the phrase of the strength of our diversity is continually practiced to ensure that we as leadership in San Francisco know where our power comes from through you, words, action, advocacy, and song. To Friendship House, to the prosperity and the future of the Village Project, to ensure that we see health and services in our communities, to ensure that our common bond as brown people, Latino, to the American Indian and Native American communities here in San Francisco, that those bonds remain strong. I want to thank you for that leadership as well. And to you, of the generations of leadership that we honor tonight, thank you so much for the authenticity of your voices, because that authenticity is what we need so deeply during these changing and challenging times. The future that demands our presence and our voice. To all of you as honorees, I am honored and honored to honor you. Thank you, and thank you all.
So as our honorees make their way down the stairs, one more big round of applause for Joey, Karen, Isabella, and Roger. All right, at this time, we're going to be calling our arena director, Mr. Ruben Crowfeather Sr., for some exhibition dancing. It looks like we have some of our dancers ready to go. We're going to ask our first set of dancers to come on out. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Community, put your hands together for our jingle dress dancers. This beautiful dance here originates up in the territories of the Great Lakes with the Ojibwe Anishinaabe people. It's a healing dance. And this is our jingle dress dance. Go ahead, All Nation Singers, take it away. All right, put your hands together one more time for our jingle dress dancer and our one women's traditional style dancer. Our next dancers are our women fancy shawl dancers. Come on out. We're going to be going on over to So X Style, women's fancy shawl. This fancy shawl dance is one of the newer dancers to enter into our powwow world. They said that this dance came to be in the late 1950s as one woman decided to take her shawl that traditionally was worn over the arm and put it over her back, transforming herself into a superwoman of sorts, showing off the speed, the agility, the stamina, the strength of our women dancers. That first song was what we call a straight song. This song here is what we call a double beat or a crow hop, double beat crow hop. All right, put your hands together for our women's fancy shawl dancers. We're going to be going on over to All Nation Singers for an appropriate song for our Northern traditional men's dancers and our chicken dancers this evening. So All Nation Singers, when you're ready, take it away. Hoocha! This is our double beat crow hop. Hoocha! All right, San Francisco, put your hands together one more time for our Northern traditional men and our chicken dancers. Exit stage left. All right, and I believe this is our this is our second to last category of dancers. This is our grass dancers. This dance here originates with the Omaha people in the plains, and we're gonna be going on over to SOEX style for an appropriate grass dance song at this time. And now our foot slide or crow hop song. Trot stealing, horse stealing song, trot song. All right, San Francisco, put your hands together for our grass dancers. And our final dancer this evening is our men's fancy bustle dancer, fancy war dancer, All Nation Singers. Take it away. Hutcha. All right, thank you to our men's fancy bustle dancer. So that concludes our dance exhibition. We heard a bunch of beautiful remarks from not only just our honorees, but from Mayor Breed and our assessor. There's an event that happens all throughout Indian country, and it's called the GONA, the Gathering of Native Americans. And there's four overarching principles within those teachings: belonging, mastery, generosity, and interdependence. And I heard those overarching, just like passionate words about those values, those core values that we inherit, not only just here in this beautiful urban res that Karen made reference to, but even within our tribes, and we bring those experiences, we bring that spirit here to these beautiful cities. So as we get ready to close out this evening, I'm going to invite a sister, a good friend of mine. Her name is Aurora Mamea. Aurora, if you can make your way up to the stage. Aurora Mamea, are you here? They said she's getting coffee and cookies next door. Someone go get Aurora Mamea, please. If not, I'm just going to have to sing the song that she was going to sing. Just kidding, just kidding. I mean, I could, but she's not here. Okay, well, in that case, we want to again thank you all for coming out this evening. Again, we want to give a big round of applause to our 4 honorees, to Karen, to Joey, to Roger, and to Isabella. We want to thank April McGill and the American Indian Cultural Center for helping to put on this amazing event. We want to thank you all. Please stick around. We have a reception next door. We have live music by Twice as Good. So come check it out, hang out for a little while, and enjoy and celebrate today here at our Native American Heritage Celebration.